Well. Today was a crazy day. So the stock market tanked at the open. I mean, the entire tech sector dumped right at the opening bell. I had quite a few stocks I wanted to trade. I had levels marked out. It just sucked. Everything was dumping. And I didn't feel comfortable shorting because sometimes when the market dumps like that, it's very short lived and everything shoots up, and I just didn't feel like being in that being get caught in that in shorts. So what I was doing was I was waiting for the market to come down to just calm down and everything start picking up. That never did happen. Google earnings were today. I'm going to show you over here. I have earnings. Here's a list of earnings today over on my screen on the left. You'll see over here. There was a lot of big companies. This whole week, there's a lot of big, large cap companies reporting earnings, which I love. I love trading their earnings. I'm very prepared for it. I do it every 3 months. I follow them, and I tend to have a fairly good idea of what they're going to do on earnings and how they're going to react. But today, all bets were off. I decided I wasn't going to trade at all. Once the entire market dumped, it was mainly the tech sector. Once every single stock, including the SPY and the QQQ, all dumped and nothing recovered this morning, I just said, nope, I'm not even going to trade earnings. It could dump. In fact, yesterday, AMD's earnings were great and it dumped continually this morning. So with that being said, I thought right about quarter to one my time, Las Vegas time, the stock market closes at 1 o'clock my time. I thought, well, I better just turn my computer on. I do take this very seriously. I treat it like a job, and you never know what's going to happen. So I wanted to be prepared. I had levels marked out on Google, and I knew Google would have earnings, and I knew the earnings would be good, but I wasn't sure if it would react like AMD yesterday where it dumped. So I did take one small trade on HIMS this morning. I'm going to show you that real quick. It wasn't much that I made. HIMS had some good news. I've got it up right here. HIMS had good news. They launched a multi-cancer test on their website that people can order and do cancer screening. So I thought that would be really good news. Unfortunately, even when a company has good news and the whole market's tanking, you have to be really careful because it can dump. And what happened, you can see right here on this 15-minute chart, the news came out and the price of the stock went up. This is all pre-market right here. And on the 15-minute chart, it's showing us here, this 15-minute candle. It went up. It started to on a second 15-minute chart. It lost its way here, and then it just dumped. And look how badly it dumped. So I did get in. I heard the news, and I didn't want to get in because the whole market was going down. And you see this wick right here on this first news candle. That showed that there was selling pressure right here, and the price had gone up to 26.25, came down, but then it gaps up right here, and that's a good sign. So I thought, well, I'll keep watching it. It came up, and then it pushed down again. Then right here, it opens again, comes up, pushes down. But after 3 green candles, I thought, well, I should probably go ahead and get into it, but I was hesitant because of the wicks. So I got in here at $26.87. You'll see I got in with 100 shares. I get in. This candle just came up, shot down, but I still knew that news was good, so I decided to hold it. And this stock isn't moving that much. It's a couple bucks. So 100 shares it's not going to be that bad if I lose. I do own HIMS in another account. So again, it's a company that I own, so no big deal. I would hold it. And I would probably sell covered calls on this, some call options if I had to hold it. So comes down. This candle goes up. It doesn't break this level right here, which is what I'm watching. But then it opens here, comes up, breaks this level. So I'm having a little more confidence now in the price action. We come over here, the candle opens here, comes up. It doesn't go past this level, so I know things are starting to look bad. And then this is kind of a doji candle. This is showing that it's indecision. It's pretty equal. This selling pressure here and the buying pressure from the bottom is causing the price to open and close pretty much at the same place. That's a huge indecision. We did go up a little here and then came back down. We went up a little here, and drop down. These wicks are scary. So I'm getting ready to get out. This candle dumps right here. We go back up and I get out in this candle here. I got out at 26.90, right about this area here. I only made $2.80. Again, this one I didn't care if I was pretty much going to get out at break even. I knew this probably wouldn't go much higher, but I thought I'd give it a try. So $2.80 on something I really didn't want to trade. Not a big deal. So let's move on to Google. What I did was I didn't shut down for the day. I actually watched the stock market for a few hours. I was working on some video editing and kept watching. Everything tanked the whole day. It just kept going down, down, down so badly that I thought, no, I don't think I'm going to trade earnings. Then, like I said, about 15 minutes before the close, I decided to come in, set up my charts. I made this watch list that shows you earnings Wednesday PM so I could see what was actually running and what would let me sort it here. I can show you. Okay, so here I'm sorting it. These are the stocks right here that had earnings, so I could watch them. This is the current price. And this right here was showing me if they were up or down. And I have them sorted by the ones with the highest gain for the day and the lowest. So I can be trading a stock over here on this 1 minute chart, and I can still put my eye over here and see what's happening with the companies that are reporting earnings. So I can see if one's going to jump up, I can switch over real quick. I also have Benzinga Pro Squawk Box running so I can hear the earnings as they come out. And then I'm watching the news right down here as well. And I have another monitor up. I have two other monitors. One of them has 12 large cap stocks up on a 5 minute chart. Each one of them is showing a 5 minute chart. So I can glance over and see all 12 stocks, exactly how they're moving. And I can also see, like today, every single one of them was down. And that's a good sign for me just to back off and not trade. So I was watching all of that as I'm watching the market close. I'm going to make this bigger so we can see. So the market closed here right at this line. And I'm watching Google, and it was trading pretty sideways right here, which was good because yesterday AMD was kind of going crazy there. So I thought, well, I'm going to sit and watch this. So here we go. Market closes. Earnings are right here at about 1 minute after they had earnings. The price goes up a little because people are getting antsy. This is just people getting kind of jumping the gun, I guess you could say. They're getting in, it's moving up, and that gets some other people having FOMO, the fear of missing out. So they start jumping in, and it goes up a little more. And then it jumped up and dumped. And that was freaky. That dumped. And I said, no, it's because of yesterday. And their earnings were great, amazing. They beat expectations across the board. And it just dumps and dumps and dumps. Look at this. It goes from almost $340 up here, 340. These are 1 minute candles. Starting at 340, it dumps down to 320, $20 move dumping. Then it goes up and drops again. So these are a couple of $20 candles going down. It dumps here. However, look at this candle. This is another type of doji candle that's showing indecision. And that's when I got interested. We have buyers pushing the price up and we have sellers pushing it down. And right here is where I was looking and going, okay, that is so equal with the sellers and the buyers that I think it's going to turn, and it did. So price went from 311 on this 1 minute candle. It goes up to 321. That's a $10 move. When those are $20 candles coming down, we have indecision and we've got a $10 candle going up. Now I'm interested because it wasn't just a little $2 candle. This is buyers jumping in, realizing that, hey, earnings were great. And Google's a buy. We need to get in. This is a cheap price. So price moves up. I'm not ready to get in yet because I'm still scared that it could dump from these candles over here. Comes over here. It goes up again on a second one. And I'm like, okay, now I'm going to get ready to get in. But we get this candle, a little bit of hesitation and indecision. Not quite a doji, but still we've got a red candle and indecision. So somewhere in here at 320, I bought twice. Let me bring this up. I bought at 325.99, which was about right in here. Oh, sorry. This was right in here. Right when this candle started going up, I got in. And then I got I got in again 25 shares at 330.49. So right in here. And then it comes down. I'm not worried because right now I'm realizing, okay, this has gone up. I'm not worried. I'm now pretty sure just from watching this stock so many times, watching their earnings, I'm pretty confident once we did this big move that I can handle it and stay in. And again, I'm trading 50 shares at this point. It's not going to kill me. The price action here was actually moving a little slower and more controlled. So I really felt that I could get out quickly with a small loss. It shoots up. And let me tell you something. When that thing shot up, I said, I am not getting greedy. I am getting out. So I scaled out 25 shares here at $336.07. And then I got out again. It went up a little more. I had 25 more shares. It goes up. And of course, this is a red candle because it eventually came back down. But as it went up, I just said, I'm done. I don't think it's going to go up any farther. I think it's kind of petered out, and it did. Look at that. It just dumped down. So I do notice that I'm getting really good at earnings. And that's something that for some reason I caught on really fast about a year ago. And I consistently trade these companies' earnings. Even if I don't trade it, I watch it. I watch and take notes in my head of how it moves on the news, whether it's good news or bad news, and how much it moves. So once this happened, I was done. I saw that I had $502.46. And this girl is not greedy. That is a lot in one day, especially doing it in a few minutes. It was 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm good. And I ended up getting some work done today, and it was a great day. So just goes to show you that you can't give up in the morning. Sometimes you actually have to come back and turn on your computer at power hour, especially when there's earnings, because what looked like a really bad day turned out to be an amazing day. I can't believe how amazing it was. And I barely traded any shares. Just think, if it was a really good day today for all these stocks, I probably would have went in with a much larger share size. So it could have been a $2,000 day for sure, which I have done on some of these earnings. So my takeaway for this is treat this like a job. If you're going to do this and you're really serious about it, think of it as a job. It doesn't have to be a part or a full-time job, but think of it like you do a job and just give it respect and sit down and try and don't give up. A bad morning doesn't mean a bad afternoon. The stock market constantly changes. You don't know what's going to happen. And there's a lot of big players in here. Big banks, institutions are buying, and they're buying millions of shares. So you don't know what's going to happen. You can certainly prepare yourself with all these indicators and reading the price action and reading the news and going back in your trading journals and going back to what that you've traded on this stock and how it works. But the bottom line is you don't know what's going to happen. So give it your all. Tomorrow is big earnings again. Actually, it's all week. And I think next week too. So I'm hoping to have a video tomorrow on whatever I trade. If the stock market is tanking tomorrow, I'm going to probably pull back. I don't take chances. And so we'll just have to see. If you like this, if you do, again, if you don't trade large caps and you want to try, don't trade 25 shares or 50 shares. Trade one. Just trade one share. You're just buying one. It doesn't have to be Google at $300. It could be a stock like Hims, $24. You can just buy one and just try it. I started trading one share at a time a couple of years ago, and on penny stocks, little stocks, I would only trade 5 shares of a 10-cent stock. It wasn't about making money. It was about practice, practice, practice. Even to this day, on a day like today, oh, look, here, I just missed this. I got to say this. I did notice that I went for a walk and I came back and it had gone up, but I'm at the point now where I don't even feel FOMO. this fear of missing out. I just know I'm happy with 500. I know I missed this, but I didn't miss it because it could have been this dumping down. So I'm good to walk away with that. Anyways, good trading today. I hope you try this. Again, start small, either trade in a simulator or just trade 1 share, 2 shares, 3 shares, slowly work your way up. You can work your way up to 10 shares like I did. Then from 10 shares, I went to 20 shares. There was many times where I had to put myself in trader rehab and go from 20 shares back down to 10. For months at a time, I would do that because I just couldn't get it. Or I'd just get a little cocky or whatever, and I'd have to back off. And sometimes you got to do that. All right. So thanks for watching. Please put in the comments if you like this. If there's something else you'd like to see, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer. And eventually, as I make videos, I will try to start making some videos that talk about this platform that I use, what I'm looking for. But right now, I'm just getting started on YouTube. So I really want to, I just want to get down this, screen sharing and making the video and posting it. And that's a lot to learn right now for a 60-year-old. It's hard enough doing the trading than to add all this in. So anyways, I really do appreciate